I wanted to make this quick video that's completely unscripted because I am still currently working on my Christmas special, my New Year special, and a original animation meme I'm working on. But I wanted to take time out of my day to talk about this because I truly do care about this kind of thing, and it's kind of a rant. It's gonna be quick though. So, if you guys don't know, Nintendo has really been terrible lately. And if you guys don't know, obviously you're either not a part of Twitter, or you're just been living under a rock. So, basically what happened is that Nintendo, about 2 weeks ago, I believe, there was a group of people who wanted to do a Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament. But they couldn't do that because they had to get close together, and we're in a pandemic, so they decided to use a mod to help them get online and help them, do the tournament without being there physically. Unfortunately, Nintendo didn't like that and decided to shut the whole thing down altogether. And this obviously outraged the whole Nintendo community. This started the whole hashtag FreeMelee movement. And honestly, it is in their legal right to do that, but it still disappoints me because, the fans want this, man. I mean, come on, just let you don't even let fan games go on, and yet Sega looks fucking amazing compared to Nintendo at this point. So about a week later, a Splatoon tournament that was official was going on in the US. Personally, I don't keep track of the Splatoon tournaments, even though I love Splatoon to death. I'm not a big Splatoon tournament kind of person, but when I heard about this, it kind of got on my nerves because Splatoon has been one of my favorite Nintendo IPs ever since it came out. So they held the tournament and they, were doing it, but some of the top competitors had stuff in their username that was like, oh, hashtag free melee or some variation of it. And Nintendo was like, oh, no, we don't like that. So they decided not to stream it. They're basically kind of killing their own fandom. They're kind of killing the people who have been supporting them for so long. And before you say anything about how I'm a Nintendo hater, no, I've been a fan of Nintendo for a long time. Ever since I was pretty much born, my first console was a Wii, and I've been supporting Nintendo ever since. I still own most of my Nintendo games, and I still buy them to this day. And I still love Nintendo and their IPs, but they're just being dum-dums right here. And then the last thing that happened was, I gotta go back for a moment. A while ago, there was a YouTuber named Etika who was basically a hype beast for Nintendo. He was like their biggest fan, and a lot of people loved him. And he was a good guy. He was a really cool dude. Sadly, almost a year now, he had taken his own life, and this was a tragedy for the whole Nintendo community as a whole. And so in honor of that, someone decided to make Etika shells for the Joy-Cons, because, shells aren't illegal. People have been making shells, and Nintendo hasn't sent any cease and desists, or whatever, to any shell creators for the Joy-Con. But Nintendo decided to take action and send a cease and desist letter to the people making the shell because it had the word Joy-Con in it. Now, to be completely fair, they have the trademark, it's fine, but this still outraged the community, especially since all the earnings that they were going to get from this shell for selling it were going to suicide prevention charities, mental health charities. It was going to be really neat, and honestly, I don't see why Nintendo would want to get rid of that, because this just makes them look worse on their part. And I get it, it's their trademark, it's their copyright. But they're pretty much killing their own fan base at this point. And as someone who has been a long-time Nintendo fan, this obviously upsets me, and this is not the company that Mr. Iwata, the original owner of Nintendo before he sadly passed, would have wanted. He probably would have been really happy by this, and Nintendo just shot it down, man. It really sucks, and I don't really know what to think of this company anymore. And it kind of reminds me of some of the incidents that happens to other companies. Some people are actually comparing Nintendo to EA, and that's understandable, but I still play EA games personally. Like, don't get me wrong, the company is terrible. I don't like their business practices. But I still play some of their games, like The Sims 4 and Apex Legends, and even Jedi Fallen Order. 2 out of the 3 I've only spent money on, but you know, they've taken quite a hefty amount of change from me, man, and that's what companies do. It's not new. And obviously EA is a terrible company, and Nintendo is getting up there. But this also reminds me of the incident that happened back with Blizzard and the whole Hong Kong incident, and how they were censoring innocent people for their freedom of speech because they didn't support the whole Hong Kong police thing, or they did support Hong Kong fighting against China. It's something that it reminds me of that because it shows that companies, yes, they will take action, but it's not always for the best. And it also reminds me of this quote because of how many things are going on with these companies. It reminded me that no company really is your friend, even if they make something you like. And it's true, it's the truth, and it's something that I feel a lot of people need to acknowledge, and I feel it's something that a lot of people need to know, because really, they just want money. They just want to give you these IPs and get money out of it. It's business. And that includes protecting their trademarks and protecting their copyright. And whether it's for the better or the worse, they're gonna do it either way, no matter what you think, because that's just what they want to do. It's their company, it's their copyright, it's their money on the line. And with that, I feel like I kind of expressed a lot here. I hope you all are having a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, and bye-bye.